Oh, baby, baby, how was I supposed to know? Something wasn't right here. Oh, baby, baby, shouldn't have let you go. Now you're out of sight, yeah. Show me how you want it to be.
What's up, it's Cinema Shogun here, and man, I've been getting so many messages about Britney cutting her hair. Everyone wants me to talk about Britney cutting her hair, and I gotta admit, never in a million years did I think when I made a YouTube channel that one day I would make a video about Britney cutting her hair, yet here I am. But I got to admit, I understand why this makes people so concerned. Because Britney shaved her head off before, right when she was dealing with all that mental stuff. So I know it's a sensitive topic. Also, let's be honest here. Sometimes, not all the time, sometimes, often, when women are dealing with something and they're going through one of those episodes, one of those moments, they might shave their hair off or cut their hair off. And it's kind of sometimes a sign to people that someone's having a mental breakdown. But also, often, when a woman cuts her hair, and now, I have to make this clear because there's always someone offended in the comment section. This isn't the case for every single woman on earth. Sometimes women get haircuts, I know that. But anyway, also often, when a woman gets a haircut or cuts her hair, it means that's a start, a new start. You know what I mean? A new lease on life. Let's go ahead, let's switch up the look. Let's cut some of this hair off. Get all those old demons and old vibes and stuff off of me and let's start brand new, right? Well, I was hoping that was the case for Britney. Maybe this is her snipping her hair off because she wants to start over and start on a whole new page. Or maybe it's just another indication that Britney is going off the deep end. But if you ask me, I don't need the haircut to see that at all. But I understand why people are so concerned about it and wrapped up in it. Also, we know that she cut her hair, but ever since she posted that, we've been seeing these other posts that are supposedly new, which are totally old. Like the videos of her in Mexico and stuff. You could tell that the hair is still there. And you know that those posts are old, even though you're being led to believe that those are new posts. Like those videos from Mexico, those are like 3 or 4 months old. She literally says in the video that her conservatorship ended like 8 months ago in the video, even though it's been like 11 months. So that's a dead giveaway. But I try not to hyper focus on that because at the same time, I understand not posting your location while you're there. Chances are if I ever post something on social media about where I'm at or where I ate or what I'm doing, it's usually after I already leave the place. That's just kind of like a golden rule when you want to move a certain type of way. You know, I would suggest for all of you all that it's probably safer not to drop your location until after you go anyway, especially when you're someone like Britney. But I also don't understand and I don't like how they try to pretend these 6-month-old posts are brand new and stuff. It's really, really weird. But Britney also went over to Twitter to vent about her hair in what has to be like the longest freaking rant I have ever seen. And I got to admit, I do not want to read this. But I'm going to do it for you all. So before I read this for you all, okay, because I don't want to do this. Before I read this nonsense for you all, I need you all to do me something for me. Hit that like button, drop a comment, share this video. Share it on Instagram stories, share it on Twitter, share it on Facebook. I don't care where you share it. If you got to call your grandma and be like, hey, Britney Spears got a haircut and I need you to watch this video right now, then do it. But seriously, show some love. And follow me on Instagram and Twitter. But anyway, let's just go ahead and hop right into this long rant. All right, let's go. Can we talk about hair for a second? No, we can't. I don't want to talk about hair. All right. Can we talk about hair for a second? When I was younger, my hair... I'm sorry. All right, for real. All right, let's be serious. You got this, Piglet? Let's do it. Can we talk about hair for a second? When I was younger, my real hair color was dark brown, almost black. My girlfriend's hair was so thick, it took her 3 hours just to blow dry it. I wanted thick hair, so I started curling it every day. I came to LA after living in New York for 4 years, and dear God, was LA different. The moment I landed, it felt like I was an extremely indulgent take of Disney for adults, except you never get to see the characters. They are all hiding, doing plastic surgery. That sexy mystery, you know? I got sucked in, so I highlighted my hair for the first time in my life. It's crazy what hair can do for a woman, especially first-time experiences. It wasn't even that great, but to me, I looked beautiful. Just highlights was like a whole new world to me. I'm serious. Anyway, I went through all the phases of clip-ins, then later the horrible bonds that always showed the extensions, and then the tape ones, which I really like. Since I've been doing these extensions for so long, my hair has gotten really thin. There are a billion hair products for hair growth. I even tried the PRP injections. They inject you with some sort of solution that stimulates hair growth using the biggest damn needle I have ever seen. Most people do like 8 to 12 shots, but because I obnoxiously had 5 people in the small room while I got it done, I went into a little shock after the first sting. We also got stuck in traffic on the way there and then had to wait 15 minutes at the gate to go to the underground parking garage. We then had to walk up 9 flights of stairs because there was no elevator for underground parking. Then there it was, the lobby. It made me, whew, thank goodness. I am ready to walk in and the lady says, I will let you know when we are ready for you. So I look around. The name of the place, I won't say it because it was so fancy schmancy. The actual place itself was unbelievable. It was beautiful. The bathroom was a castle in itself. I'm not even lying. So I'm like, was it worth the drive? Don't know yet. So then I wait 20 minutes in this lobby and finally go into this small room. And before I knew it, somehow 5 people were in this room. I'm not even sure how they all snuck in there. It was very discreet. Then I feel my head and I'm like, ouch, ouch, ouch. That really hurt. Each injection was like $400. I think I went into shock after the first 2 injections. I mean, 5 people in the room? The whole thing? But then I feel like I'm going to pass out. I look up and say it really hurts. But they keep saying just one more. This spot looks empty. Then I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I thought there was a boundary of like 12 shots. I looked it up, and that's how many most people do. I said, how many shots did you guys do? They said 36. Fuck. Ouch. Then I'm done. The doctor said, we're just going to see how much you could take and go by you. I was done at 2 shots. $15,000 later, just like that. But was it worth it? They said you have to come back in 6 weeks to see the effects. It was literally one of the worst days of my life. F that. So I never went back. And honestly, when I look back, yeah, the injections did hurt. But I was more offended by how many people they managed to sneak into the room. And with the conditions of getting there, it seemed like an extremely easy way to literally scam. They are taking your money, and yes, certainly they did. The lesson I learned? You want thicker hair? Go buy effing Rogaine. I was inspired by this beautiful picture of Khloe Kardashian. A different way to curl your hair to add volume. I've been using my mini mermaid waver the past 2 months, and my hair looks nothing like hers. But I'm experimenting right now. What I have is baby fine hair. So let's just say it's a work in progress. I do feel there is a reason I woke up at 5 a.m. this morning to write this down. I feel like it actually goes way deeper than hair does. It's my mind, my brain, my thought pattern. It's my head, for crying out loud. It's my mind, my brain, my intellect. I've had my fair share of people effing with this little head of mine. I'm not lying. I know I paint my life as a perfect picture on Instagram, but I do think people know my life has been far from easy. I will say I do feel one of the main things my family did that hurt me was when I went to that place. Was the connection to my feet and my head. I was used to training my ass off, moving forward, the shows, the training, nonstop. So I always had a vast scale of the big picture moving forward because I was able to look out for myself. But the problem was my father's way in the conservatorship pushed me too much. He was an extremist. So it went from that extreme work ethic, literally sitting down for 10 hours a day. I wanted to get up so badly and run. My ass grew 3 inches wider and my upper body got disproportionate from my lower body. It was like my legs shrunk and my upper body got really strong because underneath it all, my chest was my protection. But it started to hurt because I didn't understand why I had to be available to these people daily. Yes, it physically hurt. I lost my higher woman power voice, but I definitely have it back now. It was all confined in one small room the size of a bathroom for 4 months. I was losing it. They were analyzing every thought, every move, everything. They took my confidence away as if I'm there every day for what? Why the F are they doing this? It was too much. So then I felt I created something on the right side of my body for protection. It was like a mass shield. The right side of your body is masculine and the left side is feminine. It was like some sort of protection, mama bear. I honestly can't explain it, but it was there and it hurt. It was like ever since then, I don't communicate with people with the vulnerability I used to have inside my body, the sexy, effortless way I used to be. It was like I was really constrained and programmed to try. And even if I didn't, they would hurt me, my real self. I was a ball player. The conservatorship literally ruined me. I used to be one of the most laid back people. Example, I felt like I had to do everything for my dad on tour. I visited his trailer and there were 4 women with him. Smooth, calm, quiet, cool. But because of the psychology in me, always being overworked, treated like a effing dog, and having to wait until I'm 40 to be able to have cash for Tylenol, it was like I had to entertain them and make them like me. I believe a lot of comedians are socially awkward like that. Then I felt it. It was like my dad is playing me this whole time. Wait, they are all hidden up in this trailer exposing me like a star, yet I'm really the only one working. Now do you want me to tell you how it used to be? There was a moment I felt demoralized, ever. Why? Because I was a smart bitch. A bitch for a reason. That's why I always said the conservatorship took a part of my womanhood away. My higher divine goddess self has been longing to bloom, flourish, and heal for years. You have to understand, it's only been a few months. I was under a system of deceit, brainwashing, manipulative lives for 14 years. I'm finding my little head, the simple girl I used to be. The only one that will choose joy and happiness, because it's who I really am as a person. I'm finding myself more and more every day. I hope my story can inspire some of you. It's a cruel world, people, and I actually feel responsible as a woman to pass that information on. I would teach my daughter to be a BITCH 100%. I'm having the benefits of entertaining a beautiful spot in England for a change and well-being. Mental health and my well-being come first, and once a month, occasional bottle of wine and Thai food won't hurt either. Okay, maybe once a week, or once a day won't hurt. But either way, one step forward to new beginnings. For the love of God and all things holy, I am so glad it is over. I had to read that whole thing. Please, drop a super thanks down below for that one. I felt like I was losing my mind. Did anyone else realize that it transitioned from hair to the conservatorship out of nowhere? I came here to talk about hair. And it turned into the conservatorship. And it goes to show it doesn't matter what Britney's talking about. Britney can pick up an iPad. Nice iPad. Okay, cool. Where do you get these? And by the way, I was in a conservatorship for 14 years. I hate my dad. The iPad's really cool. My dad sucks and what he did to me was wrong. How many apps do you have on that iPad? Can I see? Oh, yes, this reminds 14 years of conservatorship. It's like, God, the transition. Can you learn how to transition? So I don't know, at one point it stopped being about hair and started being about a conservatorship. But I think there are some important things to pick out from this. One thing that I really can hyper-focus on here is the fact that, and I love the word hyper-focus if you haven't realized, it's the fact that she, once again, is the victim of something. I'm not talking about the conservatorship. We'll get to that in a moment. We've talked about it enough. This whole hair experience for her, do you not see how she turned it into another one of her victim stories? She went to get hair injections, stuff that none of us can afford. She even talks about how it costs $15,000, just like that. Yet here she is crying because I felt like it hurt too much. They did too many shots. There were too many people in the room. We waited at the parking garage for longer than I wanted to. When I came in, they didn't automatically put me in an office. I had to wait for them to get things ready. And it goes to show the mentality. It's like the whole world is out to get Britney. Anywhere Britney goes, they're out to get her. There's 5 people in the room because they all are out to get Britney. It becomes tiring. But the reason I pointed out is because I think this should show people and wake people up to the fact that a lot of this stuff Britney went through, it's nothing. It's nothing. Britney described this, you can go read it yourself, as one of the worst days of her life. A woman who supposedly was tortured and thrown in a torture chamber and chained up for 14 years or 13 years. This is the worst day of your life? The worst day of your life is when you went and spent $15,000 on hair plugins? There are women watching this video and men right now who wish they had $15,000, let alone $15,000 that they could spend on their hair. And I doubt they would complain if they had to wait 15 minutes to do so. Do you know how long we have to wait when we go to a doctor's office? Isn't it weird that I literally lost a large portion of my freaking finger in a work accident? You want to know what I did? I had to drive myself to the hospital. And then, at the hospital, I had to drive myself with my finger still severed, no stitches, blood everywhere, 2.5 hours to a different hospital where they specialize in the loss of limbs. Am I complaining about it? No. Did I sit here and act like a victim? No. I lost my finger. I told you all, hey, I lost my finger. And did I ever talk about it again? No. In fact, every video I make, people are constantly, what's up with the finger? What's going on with the finger? And I don't want to be rude by not answering people, but that's not me. I don't want you to be concerned about my health or my finger or anything. I'm not a victim. I got this. I got my finger. You understand what I'm saying? Yet with Britney, she had the privilege of going to get hair plug-ins in a fancy schmancy place. Yet, I'm a victim here because I had to wait at a parking garage for a few minutes. I had to walk up some steps because the elevator was broken. I had to have multiple people in the room while I got hair plug-ins. Woe is me. Woe is me. So I think that's just another thing that we could point out now. I have a whole little list together. So we got this, we got the Pepsi ad, we got the car not being outside of the plane. All of these things were labeled as Britney as part of her trauma, part of the worst thing she's ever been through. But there was one part that I had a hard time reading this part. It's when she says, I know I paint my life as picture perfect on my Instagram, but I don't think people know my life has been far from easy. Britney, are y'all going to say it or am I going to say it? Is there anything picture perfect about Britney's Instagram profile? Britney's Instagram profile makes me feel like I just smoked some meth and I'm chilling inside of a trailer with a hole in the roof. There's nothing classy about Britney's post. There's nothing picture perfect. Britney, if you think your Instagram is picture perfect and makes people think you're living a picture perfect life, then I don't know what to tell you. All we see is weird nudes that look like they were forcibly taken, and we see dog poop on the floor. We see you trying on clothes. Like, for the love of God, I have better clothes than Britney Spears, and I'm not even trying. Most of you all watching this video are better dressed than Britney Spears. I follow you, some of you all on Instagram. And y'all got some style. Y'all be dressing good. Hair be looking good. Nails be done. And y'all don't got near as much money as Britney. Yet y'all seem to live more of a picture-perfect lifestyle if you ask me. But I just found that to be so out of touch with the reality of what we all see on her Instagram. I know on Instagram it looks like I live a picture-perfect life. No, on Instagram it looks like you're a psychotic weirdo. I'm not saying she is, but it looks that way. I'm trying to go. She just said so much. Where do I don't even care. There's nothing else to say here because there's nothing really of substance here other than another Britney rant that started off about hair and then just went to her dad. And I just don't know if Britney is capable of talking about anything without making it about the conservatorship or making herself out to be this victim. It's like, I'm so tired of it. I don't see how people aren't tired of this. If anything, in my honest opinion, I know that people attach themselves to celebrities way more than I do. I want you all to understand this. I make these videos. I'm interested in this topic, but this isn't my life. I have a life outside of this. I don't worship any celebrities, okay? And I damn sure don't worship Britney Spears. But there are people out there that idolize her, that cling to her. Their life, their everyday life and existence, it's tied in with Britney. And what Britney is doing to those people is she's bringing them down constantly. I can tell you right now that my day was going way better before I sat here and read like 17 pages worth of Britney crying about nonsense. Okay? So I imagine that for the people who are fully invested in this woman, that she is detrimental to their mental health. I can guarantee you all that a lot of these Yes Queen Britney fans are super depressed Because all day they wake up and they hop on Britney's Instagram and they realize, oh, it's just another nude. Oh, it's just Britney complaining. And that's such a big part of their life. So if you're watching this video, make sure it's okay to be entertained by celebrities. It's okay to be concerned about celebrities. It's okay to dive into these stories. I do too. But make sure you don't invest too much of yourself and too much of your mental health and too much of your spirit energy into this stuff. You know, have it off to the side as something you're interested in and something you like talking about and hearing about. But don't let it affect you. You understand what I'm saying? But anyways, all in all, same old Britney stuff, different day. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all on the next video.